open area behind the base. Hwasin's dropships are there chasing, though. If he doesn't siege up, though, the counter drop will actually be at a disadvantage because there's less forces there. He doesn't siege up yet. Finally, with the forces on the outside, he does siege up. He's going to be able to attack there. CV's coming in. Oh, man, Hwasin losing dropships, losing all of his forces. Nicely done. Beautifully done by Casey. Now he's going to be able to shell one base. He's going to be able to, he's within range to shell the other base as well, attacking that refinery. And then gas is extremely important in TVT, so loses that gas mine. Oh, man, Hwasin trying to come in here to reinforce, to siege over that ridge to try and take this out. Casey's forces in not the best position to defend against that, but still, he's taken out that gas mine. He's taken out some mining at Hwasin's natural expansion. Looks like he's going to take out a ComSat station here. And in the meantime, Casey's gotten top left up as well. So Casey, despite being a little bit of economic disadvantage, seems to have scraped his way back into this game here. He's now doing really well. He's now got 3 dropships. I don't know how many dropships Hwasin has. I think he lost at least one in the previous attack, and those Goliaths are in a really nice position, so if he tries to drop on top of those siege tanks, he's going to lose at least one dropship in the process. And look at this. Casey's dropship's just flying up around the north again. It looks like he's going to go for the same area again, and Hwasin doesn't have any Goliaths in the area. He's mining the area up, but if Casey just decides to go and drop behind it again, on the high ground in that little space behind, then it won't do much good. It looks like he's going to go down south and really try and siege up that natural expansion, actually. Maybe even go for the main. He's going to go for the main. He uses his forces that were previous there to establish the high ground position. He drops on the low ground in Hwasin's main. Absolutely brilliant, taking out all the reinforcements. He's got siege on Hwasin's expansion. He's got siege on his factories. If he could take out a couple factories, that would pretty much clinch him the game at this point. He's so far ahead. Brilliant move by Casey. Absolutely perfectly done. That was just awesome. Just using the forces he had on the high ground, transitioning them south, going in from the north and making Hwasin think he was going to drop up there, drawing some of his forces to the north, and then moving his whole force down south, and just using his initial forces as a beachhead for his drop as well. It looks like Hwasin is going to clean that up finally, but that was a real big distraction for Hwasin, and he took a lot of damage there. A lot of mining time lost at 2 bases as well. And now a fleet of 6 or 7 dropships coming into the main, completely loaded, I think. Dropping out, siege going up. There's only a couple tanks in the area. 1 siege mode completes there. They're going to pop that. And a nice... Oh, man, those Goliaths coming out are just going to get assaulted on their way out of those factories. Nicely done. Wow, I think Casey should probably get those dropships out of there. There he is going to get the dropships out of there. And maybe even go back for another one there. But in the meantime, again, sieging up on Hwasin's factories here. So as soon as things pop out of those factories, they're going to get hit hard. Oh, wow. Doing a decent job there of using that vulture to distract fire and actually destroying one of those tanks. I guess it was pretty weak. But still, a lot of damage. And, Casey's macroing, just normally here, and Hwasin is fighting for his base right now. He's having to bring his reinforcement. He's having to bring tanks out from other areas of the map to try and reinforce his main now, bringing a lot of tanks back, and so he's going to lose a lot of territory in the middle of the map as well. And here, Casey has his 7 dropships loaded up again. Wow, and we're going to see where they go. Okay, wow, Hwasin does actually have a sizable force of tanks there, so he's not in as bad of a position as I thought he was there for a minute. He's got a decent chunk of tanks. If he chooses to bear down on Hwasin at some point with those, then he'll be in good shape. It looks like he's comsetting to try and keep track of where those dropships are, and he's bringing his force of tanks back here. This is actually a bad move by Casey, but oh, that choke point is going to stop Hwasin from really doing as much damage as he could. It looks like Casey realizes what's going on and picks his forces back up, and he's going to fly back to the back corner. Is there a high ground there? There is. Oh, that mine could be bad. That mine could be bad. Okay, the mine does get taken out. Looks like he lost some forces out of his dropships. So what he's going to do, since he just has kind of a skeleton crew now, is he's just going to use that force and just keep it dropped in that back corner and basically keep Hwasin from getting that base. By the way, Hwasin at +2 weapons, Hwasin at +1 weapons, and Casey already at +2. So Casey has an upgrade advantage during this whole thing as well. That's part of the reason why his attacks have been pretty successful. And now with 2 starports of his own, I wonder why he has those starports. There's the physics lab going up. So Casey feels like he has enough of an advantage. He can switch to battle cruisers, or maybe he has enough of a map control. Or I guess in a sense, almost enough of a map control. Sometimes you want to switch to BCs when your opponent has too good of a defense, and it's going to be hard to break with just dropships or normal play. Oh, he needs to be careful, though. Oh, no! Oh, the close one for Casey, dropping on top of those mines and dropping on top of the enemy forces. Looks like he's... Oh, wow! Goliath mine drags into the tanks! Oh, man, loses a couple Goliaths at the last minute there to another mine, but still taking yet another battle. Every single battle. Casey taking every single battle, and he's doing a really good job of choosing his battles as well. You know, moving his forces to the position where Hwasin is weak and is going to be difficult to reinforce and that kind of thing, and just really picking beautiful spots to engage and doing well because of it. And now he's managed to take that middle base, which is a double gas expansion, and a lot of minerals there too. It's basically like a double expansion, and I wonder what happened to all those tanks that Hwasin had. Maybe he's got them set up around the map to try and you know, hold different positions. I'm not sure what happened to them. A few of them just died in the middle, but I don't know what happened to all of them. But basically, Casey seems to have pretty decently taken that middle of the map, and he's holding it pretty well. Here's some of those tanks coming in for Hwasin. Hwasin sieging up a little bit earlier is going to get a good hit off there, but Casey just has too many forces, just too much of a military advantage at this point. And look at this, SCVs coming off for Casey to try and destroy these tanks who are trying to siege up on his 12 or 11 o'clock expansion. And in the meantime, Casey taking the bottom right corner. So Casey just has complete control of the map and just so many bases right now. It's just ridiculous. Wow. Hwasin finally winning a battle here, a small battle, able to clean up those forces. But still, Casey just in a really, really good shape here. And now marching those forces that were defending top left across the top of the map to try and kill this 11 o'clock base that that Casey set up. There is pretty much no way that Hwasin can win at this point. He's just got so little economy going right now. I think he's mining at 12 or 1 o'clock rather a little bit. He may still be mining in his natural expansion a little bit, but Casey is mining at top left. He's going to start mining at bottom right in the middle. He's still mining right there at the 7 o'clock position, and he's now getting battle cruisers out, which are already 1-1 upgrades. So just Casey just in firm control of this match right now, just doing really, really well. And here he is picking up a couple gas mines in the middle of the map to boot, so he's going to be able to pump out units really well from here on out. Anyway, so yeah, not a lot Hwasin can do right now. Here we go. This may be the killing blow here. Sieging up over the ridge, again, to kind of establish a foothold, and then going in for the drop as well. And he's got tanks on the high ground in the middle, overlooking Hwasin's main base as well. And now he's got battle cruisers to bring into play. Oh, man. Once those BCs... I don't even know if Hwasin knows that those BCs are in play. He needs, basically, once those BCs come in, they're going to be able to start Yamatoing tanks and such. And there's GG from Hwasin. So, Casey, I had faith in you, Casey, and you did not disappoint. Air Force going up 2-0, folks. 2-0. The Air Force team is now winning 2-0 against STX Seoul, one of the better teams in the Pro League. This is exciting. We could see not just an ace win, but we could actually see an ace sweep, which I don't know if Air Force has ever swept a series in the entire history of the team. We'll have to see. I am really excited. I really hope that at least that Ace can pull out a win here. And they've got their big gun Anytime coming in next against one of STX's not still good but not their best player, Calm. And so we could easily see an Ace sweep here. And wouldn't that be something? That'd be awesome. So let's go ahead and move on to Game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. Looking forward to the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching.